I'm officially nobody's wife anymore. I am divorced. I never thought I would see the day where I'm divorced. I finally did it. I finally filed the papers, and as much as it's so heartbreaking, I'm so ready for what's to come.
As a 35 divorced a single mom, I went back on Facebook dating, and when I tell you men are not men no more, all the men want to be chased. They want you to message them first. They want you to be the one that's interested, and then they want to be all nonchalant and not give you no effort. Like, honey, there is an alleged side chick that allegedly wrote me and told me that she was seeing him and that she was pregnant, and she showed me proof. It's really sad how many of you guys think that I would be that pathetic to still be in love with that man and all this false narrative stuff. And honestly, all I was trying to talk to him was about his son's birthday.
Welcome back, family. Today we are reviewing this 35-year-old modern woman who decided to divorce her husband thinking that she could do better than him. But after seeing that her ex-husband moved on with his life with another woman, she is now turned into a bitter and jealous baby mama who constantly tries to make her ex-husband's life a living hell. Let's first start by watching her crying when her divorce was finalized.
Officially divorced. Judgment entered, status domestic partnership ends 10/10/2024. I'm officially nobody's wife anymore. I am divorced. I never thought I would see the day where I'm divorced. I did it.
Listen to how she's speaking as if she just got her PhD in medicine. She's like, I can't believe I did it. Massive accomplishment. The day has come. I've finally got my first divorce. Like, it's incredible how these women speak about divorce as if it's this accomplishment they've wanted since they were little girls. Very strange. You just can't wife them. You can't wife them up. They aren't built for it anymore. Let's keep going.
Finally let go. I finally did it. I finally filed the papers. I filed the papers on October 3rd, and this got done in less than a week. I finally did it, you guys. After almost 8 years of saying I was gonna do it, I finally did.
After 8 years of college, I finally got my PhD. I mean, you would think that's what she's talking about. No, it's just divorce. They just really like divorce. They're all very pro-divorce. It's crazy. I actually think a lot of them kind of romanticize being a divorcee. You kind of look at some of the entertainment that's been out there, and there is this sort of like fetishized, not fetish, but yeah, like romanticization of the divorcee. They glorify these women. They get to go out on like brunches and have mimosas with their girlfriends. Haha, cheers. A group of divorcees. Now we're really living the life. We finally got that divorce under our belt. We can finally celebrate. We can finally refer and think of ourselves as empowered modern women. Empowered, bold, brave, feminist women, career-focused women. Pro-divorce, pro-abortion. We can finally call ourselves modern women. It's a shame.
And as much as it hurts, and as much as it's so heartbreaking, I'm so ready for what's to come. But I'm officially divorced.
She clearly said that she is looking forward for what is best to come. Well, let's see how the chase of the Prince Charming is working for her.
My dating life update as a 35 divorced a single mom. I went back on Facebook dating, and when I tell you men are not men no more, they are in their feminine energy because all the men want to be chased. They want you to message them first. They want you to be the one that's interested.
God damn, you could wrap some buns around those fingers and have yourself a good meal.
they want to be all nonchalant and not give you no effort. Like, honey, I have a good job, a decent credit score. Yes, I'm a single mom, but I'm a good woman. I know I'm a prize, regardless of whatever men try to say about women that have kids. I'm not going to just be like, yes, you're talking to me, you're God's green gift, or like you're God's gift to women. Absolutely not, okay? But I will say this. I used to be the type of woman that would only talk to one guy at the same time. But this time, when I went back on Facebook dating, I said I was going to talk to several different people at the same time and date and see what I do and what I don't like, so that I don't have expectations, and I don't get my hopes up and I don't get my feelings hurt. So if you're a divorcee and you're out there, like, see what's out there. Don't just put all your ducks or all your eggs in one row, okay? Was that the saying? You get what I was trying to say. Don't put everything in one basket and see what's out there, okay? I love you guys, and I'll keep you guys updated.
Wow, I mean, just listening to her speak, you immediately feel bad for Carlos. You can see what he's been putting up with for so long. Carlos doesn't even need to go on here and tell us about, well, what he's been through, because her just filming herself talking really lets us all know what nightmare Carlos was living. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's funny every time. This is like a new cope. It's a new cope. It's a new way to rationalize a man not being into them. Now it's this man's in his feminine energy. He's in his soft girl era or whatever. No, he's just not really interested in you. But this is just her rationalizing a man's lack of interest. You know, could it be that he's just not that into you? Right? Like, it couldn't be that. It has to be that he's a modern man who doesn't know how to be a man anymore, even though really men haven't had that same luxury of like getting to choose what masculinity means. Like, let's be real. It's been pretty standard what manhood is supposed to be. Like, we haven't really had this sort of liberation from, I guess, gender norms that women have. And I'm okay with it, because I want to be a man. I want to be what would be considered a traditional man. I want to be more like my grandfather. These types of, I'm okay with that. But let's not act like men have changed. Let's not act like men are the ones that have changed. It's women, no doubt about it. And if we're going to talk about this chick right here, it's like, yeah, you're 35, you're overweight, come with kids now. It's going to be different. She was with Carlos for 8 years. I mean, she was younger back then, and she didn't have children. So she's probably used to men being more interested because of that. But fast forward, 35 years old, maybe she gained weight in the marriage. Maybe she's always been this way. I don't know, but objectively, and I'm not trying to shade her, you just kind of overweight. That can be worked on, of course, but yeah, I mean, you come with a lot of baggage now, and you're older. Things have changed. And it's just the fact that all those things in combination make you less desirable to a man. So, which is why you're getting less pursuit, which is why you're getting less effort. They're probably willing to put as minimal amounts of effort in as possible to sleep with you. But anything past that, you know, her words exactly, just doesn't sound like she's getting it, because they're not interested. It's not because they're in their feminine energy. It's because they're not interested.
This next clip will show you an example on how she expects her ex-husband to help her every time she is in trouble using her kids.
You guys thought my baby daddy, estranged husband Carlos, was a piece of work before. Let me tell you what he did this morning. I finally saved up enough money for a new bed frame and a new bed for my kids, so that they can have a new bed, because obviously they wear pull-ups still and they pee on the bed, right? So I'm constantly having to scrub out the pee stains, right? So I was so happy, because today I was going to go pay for the furniture set, right? And guess what happens? My car stalls out. So then I call a mechanic, and he was like, oh, it's probably going to be like $800 and all this stuff. But my ex, Carlos, he is a mechanic. So then I swallow my pride, and then I text this man like, hey, I need your help. It's about my car. Like, I was literally going to treat him like a mechanic. Like, how much would you charge me? Is this an accurate rate? Just talk about the car that gets his kids from A to B. This man didn't answer the phone and then had the audacity to just say, what happened? And then when I said it's about my car, he didn't even respond. Like, it's one thing to be a deadbeat to your kids, but like, dang, like, you can't even help me out with my car?
Wow. So let me get this straight. This woman has been just dogging on Carlos, shitting on him, putting out all this content, talking down on him, talking about how awful he is, how he's a deadbeat, you know, all these things. And then she expects him to fix her car? Holy shit. No, so you just want the privileges of being Carlos's wife again without being his wife. Like that alone, okay, but then you're also shitting on him proactively. Like you're actively dragging his name through the mud, and then you're gonna go and try to get him to do shit for you?
I don't ask you for nothing else, and if I'm swallowing my pride because I don't want to not buy our kids a new bedroom set, and now I have to literally not buy it because now I have to take care of my car, and it's just not fair. It's just not fair.
This woman turned into a very bitter baby mama since she heard that her ex-husband is moving on with his life with another woman. She started to tell lies about how much of a bad father her ex-husband is, and she also started to lie about her ex-husband's new woman. It all backfired when some people who know her ex-husband discovered her TikToks and start reporting all the lies to her ex-husband. Check it out.
To whoever sends my TikToks to my baby daddy, my estranged husband, Carlos, I need you to report the facts correctly because I just tried to talk to him because our son's birthday is next week and all he cared about was whatever you guys are telling him that I'm saying, telling me defamate or slander and all these things. Our son's birthday is next week and I was trying to come to an agreement so that he could see his son next week and so he could actually say happy birthday and spend time with him because his son actually wants to see him. And all he kept telling me was about how TikTok this and this TikTok that and all the lies that I say on here, when it's crazy, guys, because the last time I checked, everything that I said I don't know if that's actually true. So let me break it down to you.
So let me get this straight. She's trying to have a normal conversation with Carlos, but she doesn't like the fact that he is not having any of that. And all he really wants to talk about is her essentially shitting on him all over social media. And also the reason she has a problem with this, I guess her gripe here is the fact that people are sending these TikToks to him. Not that she should stop making them, but that people are sending them to him, and that's the problem. And she also says report the facts, but it sounds like all they're doing is sending her content to him. So how could they be the ones misleading people when it's your content that is being sent to him? He can just go and look at it. It's not like the people are telling him something is happening that isn't. He can just go and verify that and look at the content you're making. And really, it sounds like she sounds like she's the primary custodian of these children. And it's really a tragedy because clearly this woman is crazy. Clearly she is unwell. And I don't really know what Carlos can do. I don't know if it's kind of, because what has she really said about him so far? She said that he won't fix her car free of charge. Yeah. I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's see if things get worse to where maybe he could sue this woman. I don't know. But again, it's sad because this is the human being that these kids are now going to spend a majority of their time with. Really? That's going to go well? Of course not.
An alleged side chick that allegedly wrote me and told me that she was seeing him and that she was pregnant, and she showed me proof allegedly, but I never posted it because I didn't know if it was true or not. And I've said that on my lives, and I've said that several times that I didn't know if it was true or not. I never said it was factual. I never posted it in a video. And meanwhile, I'm trying to talk to him about his son and his daughter and about child support, and he keeps lying and saying that I'm receiving child support through the child support, which is not true, and all this false narrative stuff. And honestly, all I was trying to talk to him was about his son's birthday. So
just a gross woman, because she's complaining about the issue she's created. If you would have just kept everything offline and you didn't use your cell phone as a therapist, like, you would be fine. None of this would be online. I wouldn't even know about this. Carlos wouldn't have a bunch of clips being sent to him. There wouldn't be any drama about he said, she said. But no, you insisted on being an immature woman. This is immaturity at its finest. You're not meant to be a parent. This is bad. You gotta feel bad for Carlos. And shout out to him for putting up with this woman for so long. And in the end, he's not even the one who initiated the divorce. She is. Doesn't that say so much about the truth? And it's that women are initiating divorces overwhelmingly, and men are not doing that. They're more likely to stick it out. And now we're seeing firsthand just how insufferable this woman is. And now we know Carlos isn't even the one who decided to leave. Give this man a prize for putting up with this. And in the end, she's the one who was like, you know what? I've had too much. I can't deal with you anymore. I'm going to divorce. I'm going to initiate this divorce and split up our family because you, Carlos, are just too much to handle.
Favor, guys, if you're gonna report back to him, report back right. I never said factual, I said allegedly. But it's fine. Like always, my kids are the ones that get pushed to the side.
My
Guys,
kids.
do not fall for this woman's tears because she is a master manipulator. If you know that something isn't factual, then why keeping on repeating it multiple times on your videos? All this woman is trying to do is to stop her ex-husband from moving on with his life with another woman by using their kids. After going back to these streets and realizing that all she is good now is a quick pump and dump, she is now trying to get back with her ex-husband using their kids. Even people in the comment section started to expose her about it. Check it out.
I'm just gonna say this once. The internet is a very fickle place. As much as followers as you can have, there's people that are mean and hateful like this. I'm missing Carlos too. Why, Carlos? Why? Why do you think it's okay to make fun of somebody and say that I missed my ex when I'm literally upset about the way he's okay with being an inconsistent father and not there every single day? And another thing, you guys saying, why can't he just take him to church himself? He doesn't go to church. Why can't you do this? And why can't you do that? And why can't you do this? Why can't Carlos come up with his own schedule or have suggestions himself?
Why can't you keep Carlos's name out your mouth?
Why do I always have to be the one to do everything? Why can't he suggest to me a schedule? Oh, wait, let me tell you why. Because he's okay with just his Saturdays. Because it's his kids that miss him, not him missing his kids. Let's clarify that real quick.
Did she just say seeing his kids every single day? So this woman divorced her husband, but still think that it will be easy for him to see his kids every single day.
Right.
That is almost impossible even though you are a super dad. She destroyed the family unit, and now she is living the consequences of her actions. Now, she will try to deflect the comments and put all the blame on why she is pushing her ex-husband so much to being involved in their kid's life every single day on her past relationship she had with her own father. Which is all BS, as we all know, but let's watch.
Great.
None of you that love to tell me that I'm still in love with my estranged husband, my baby daddy Carlos, it's really sad how many of you guys think that I would be that pathetic to still be in love with that man. But let me break it down for you. The reason why I get so upset about him not being a father and why I push him so hard to be a father is because I didn't have a dad. I actually grew up with an alcoholic father from when I was a babe.
So let's try to connect some dots here. So for one, she split up the family. She initiated the divorce. And now she's angry that Carlos isn't seeing the children as much as she would like. But it sounds like the divorce is finalized at this point, as we saw in the beginning. I don't know, maybe this clip here isn't in line with that timeline. But it's very likely that this is probably what the court is suggesting, that Carlos see the children every Saturday. That's pretty normal, like every weekend, basically. So he's probably paying child support, and then he probably has the visitation figured out. But I think what's happening is that she wants less responsibility. She wants Carlos to see the kids more. But here's the thing. If that's going to happen, and Carlos is now supposed to voluntarily see these children when she thinks he should, well, then that child support amount should be fixed. But it's not that easy. So if I'm Carlos and I now have this set child support amount I'm supposed to be paying, I've got the set amount that I'm supposed to see these children, but my ex-wife wants me to see these children more because she doesn't like that responsibility now of taking it on primarily herself, I'm going to say that's kind of bullshit, because the amount of child support is tied to the amount of time I'm seeing these children. I'm paying you this money because you have these children most of the time. But you want me to keep paying you this money, and you want to pass off the children to me. I don't think so.
Till when I was 18 years old was when my dad stopped drinking. Oh, my best memory of my father is him walking into our house.
Yeah, and daddy issues. Surprise.
Dancing to Janet Jackson's All For You, and I was practicing for my dance recital, and him going, "Let's dance, mija."
So this woman just shits on all the men in her life, essentially. Her dad, she's online talking about her dad was an alcoholic, wasn't there to raise her. Now she's talking down on her children's father. This is just a toxic woman. And boy, are the warning signs there. She's got tattoos. She's got colored hair, makeup all done. She's got those crazy nails. And yet, the guy insisted on knocking this one up. Insisted on choosing this one. He saw this one and thought, yeah, that's a woman I'll put a baby in. You shouldn't have done that, Carlos. And eventually, you got to pay the piper. And here you are. You certainly are paying it now, aren't you, Carlos? I feel bad for you, but you know what, man? It's like you chose this one to impregnate. You chose this one. What a mess.
And us dancing for 2-3 minutes before he went to go get something else to drink. So of course I want my kids to have better memories with their father than I did. My dad ended up being like the best grandpa to my kids.
You're so ridiculous, because you split up this family. You split up the family. Look at your actions. You're saying all this. You want your children to have their father in the picture. Oh, but you split up the family, and now that's really not going to happen as frequently as you would like. Because why? Because you split up the family. You filed for divorce. You can't have your cake and eat it too. God damn, bro.
Me, he was not a father. So if you ask yourself why I push so hard and why I get emotional, is because I don't want my kids to grow up with the emotional issues that I did. The daddy issues that I did. It's that simple.
Well, they will now, because you divorced him. Hey, real quick, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the video. I hope you are entertained at this crazy chick.
Not that deep.
This woman is trying to justify her bad life, making decisions to her so-called childhood trauma. The truth is that she wanted out of the marriage because she thought that she could find a better man than her husband out there, like most modern women think they can.
There it is.
But after getting humbled by the dating scene, she is trying to get back with her ex-husband using her kids, and everyone can clearly see it. This woman is loud, talks too much, and just unbearable. Now, this next clip will be a little long, but it will clearly demonstrate how vindictive and delusional this woman really is. Let's watch.
out to my baby daddy Carlos and to his girlfriend Vanessa. If you are not them, you do not need to watch this. Scroll away. Okay, so I give up, Carlos. I literally give up. Like, I see now that you're a deadbeat dad for reals, and that you literally you've abandoned your kids and you don't want. But the weirdest part is you don't block my number. Why you don't block my number, I don't understand. So let me just break it down to you. I reached out to you because our daughter, who literally is autistic level 1 to 2, has a pending diagnosis for ADD, has all these learning disabilities or whatever, and she, out of her own mouth, said, is my dad going to come to my award ceremony? And she never remembers anything, but she remembered that memory of you, right? So then that made me feel some type of way, and because I was fine, I was at peace with this whole entire situation, but that made me feel some type of way that she could remember that about you, and then you don't even respond, you don't answer, you don't text back, nothing, right? Okay, you don't respond, nothing back, right? Our kids could literally be in the hospital, hurt. You don't answer the phone, you don't answer the text messages. All you have to do is say, what are you calling for? Like, you act like I entertain you on the phone talking about anything other than our kids, okay? Okay.
I personally do not believe that her ex-husband completely ignores all her calls or text messages. I know.
Well, if he does, can you blame him? I personally, I would have cut this woman out. I mean, I would have called someone and said, and showed her all, and showed whoever all this content. Say, look, what can we do about this? This isn't right. This isn't okay. This woman is crazy. We need to do something about this. And it's a problem because this is your children's mother. But again, like, when men get divorced, chances are if they have a house, they're probably going to lose their house, child support. So you're going to have to work. You're going to have to make up for that. You're going to have to make money. So a lot of times, I don't know, maybe this man is working. You don't really see. What do? Do you work? Carlos is probably at work. Carlos probably is ignoring you because you're crazy. Carlos is probably kind of upset with you because of the things you're saying about him online. Carlos would probably prefer he never heard from you again, except for the times where you exchange the children. I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about Carlos, but I know a lot about you now. I know a lot about how you behave, and it ain't great.
This type of women act. She just wants her ex-husband to get her the same attention he used to give her when they were married. But let's continue.
Number 2, Miss Vanessa. I don't know where you got this whole notion that me and you are beefing and that you had to go and put on your Facebook that I'm trying to envenenar people against you, and that, in your religious post of like, God's going to fight my battles for me. God bless the person that talks negatively and tries to spread lies about me and blah, blah, blah. You think God's going to bless somebody that is sleeping next to a person who literally abandoned his kids, who doesn't call his kids, who abandoned his kids to be with you? A man that pays his child support when he feels like it, pays less child support than what he's supposed to, never calls his kids, never picks up his kids, even though I do not keep his kids from him, okay? You sleep next to a man who abandoned his children that he had in marriage, babe, in marriage.
And that is a completely lie, because we already heard when she said that her ex-husband sees his kids every week. But what she wants is for her ex-husband to start seeing his kids every single day as if they are not divorced.
Right.
You think God's gonna bless you? Do you think that that's how it works? You think God just hands out willy-nilly blessings to people that are with bad people? That's not how that works, babe. That's not how that works. But I don't understand how you could sit there and act like a wolf in sheep's clothing yourself. Try to come at me and try to be like, I want us to be cool, and then talk all this negativity about him and his family, and then when I bring it up to him and I bring it up to his mom or to his sister, then you want to act like you didn't say nothing. But me and you know, and you're lucky that I deleted those messages off my phone, because I know it's illegal in California to record conversations. So I knew that it was better for me to delete those conversations, but instead of letting myself, when I get upset and worked up like this, to upload them, okay? So you won, babe. You can have Carlos to yourself. You don't want him. It's apparent. You don't want him in my kid's life, even though those kids came.
Well, I mean, she kind of just admitted she has poor impulse control, because she knows herself, of course, and she knows that if she gets really mad, she's going to do something she regrets, which is upload illegally recorded conversations. So she just went ahead and deleted them preemptively, so that when the time rolls around where she inevitably loses emotional control, she won't upload that and break the law. That tells us a lot about this woman.
For you and in a marriage, babe, in a marriage. But you win. You win. You don't want him in their lives, you win. I'm not gonna bother him. Whatever. But since you and Carlos and everybody and their mamas watches and stalks my TikToks, and instead of you guys coming on here and telling your side of the story, you run and post stuff on Facebook, go ahead and post on Facebook, babe. Because at least I say it with my chest, and at least, yes, I look a little crazy. I look like I'm crashing out because I'm literally on 2 hours of sleep.
You are.
Literally, right now,
You are crashing out.
Last night, one of my kids got hurt. One of my daughters got hurt. I had to call the ambulance. Literally, just spent 8 hours in the freaking Kaiser hospital. Had to come to 2 parent-teacher conferences. Haven't ate nothing. It's almost 2 o'clock, and I still have to take one of my kids to therapy. And I do that all by myself. All by myself.
Kids need therapy? Wait. Children go to therapy now? Is this new? What? Is that? You take your children to therapy? They haven't been around long enough to build up any sort of trauma. Anyways.
And I know I'm not the first and not the last, but I'm just telling you right now, Vanessa, God is not going to bless nothing, babe, nothing. And the fact that you lay up next to a man knowing that he's not there for his kids and you think that that's cute?
I think that we can all see what is going on here. She is so jealous that a younger, more attractive woman took her place, and now all she is trying to do is talking negatively about her on the internet. This woman got so hurt for being replaced by a younger woman to the point that all she talks now on her TikToks is about how younger women with no kids shouldn't waste their time by going after men that already have kids.
Is that right?
I will just play one of those videos where she tries to put on a mask as if she wants to help younger women. But the truth is that she knows that she cannot compete against more attractive younger women. Let's watch.
If you're in your 20s or in your early 30s and you don't have kids yet and you think that you want to date somebody else's baby daddy, I'm here to tell you that it's literally a threat on your life to do something like that, because you will literally waste years of your life. Not only that, what if you mess around and then become a baby mama yourself? You are a unicorn, sweetheart. You have the world at your feet. Go travel the world. Go search for a man somewhere else. Don't search for somebody's deadbeat baby daddy or a baby daddy that makes it look like he's a good dad and then he's not. I'm so tired of seeing all my 20 and up girls, even my early 30s, with no kids suffering over a man that has 2, 3, 4 kids.
Yeah, she's obviously talking about her exact situation. She's obviously talking about Carlos being with a woman who's younger, who doesn't have kids. This is clearly her, trying to act like she's giving good advice to this woman, but really she's just throwing shade. That's all this is.
To be living your life. I know sometimes we look at our moms and we say, oh, we want that family, and who cares if he has 2 or 3 kids and 2 or 3 baby mamas? No. I need you to hear me when I say this. You will, if your relationship ends and you fall in love, that man will not care about you because he has a distraction. He has his kids. And I'm not saying that kids are a distraction, but men will leave you and then say, I'm going to just be so involved with my kids. It doesn't matter. And then you're left as a single person with no kids to pick that all up. And you're going to feel so empty inside. I swear to you, I know what I'm telling you. As a big sister or big aunt or whatever.
Literally.
Don't do it. It is a threat on your life. Stay single and look for a man that has no kids.
This woman is so fake, and you can clearly hear it in her voice. Deep down, she is not trying to help these younger women. She knows that she cannot compete with them anymore, and that is why she want to put on an act. Fellas, most modern women are not worth your time. They bring less value and more problems into your life.
Well, what's funny is earlier on in this video, she was talking about how she was having struggled on Facebook dating, and she was saying how wrong those men are who say that they should stay away from single moms, and yet here she is preaching that same message pretty much for women to stay away from single fathers.
Protect yourself at all cost and choose wisely. And above all, don't forget to keep your head up, focus on your goals, and everything else will follow.
All right, well, that looks like the end of the video there from HL Talk That Thought. So go check him out and subscribe to my channel as well if you enjoyed that. First comment here says, damn, Carlos was living in hell. Pray for Carlos. Her car needs work and her kids need a bed, but them nails and hair look professionally done. Let's talk about it. That's a great observation. She divorced him, but he abandoned his kids? Right. Yep. She divorces the man and gets angry when he doesn't fix all her stuff and give her money in addition to the child support. Typical. Yeah, and she also expects him to spend more time with these kids than I guess he was told to do. She wants to let go of all this responsibility. She wants Carlos to take more time with the children. She wants Carlos to spend more time with the children so she doesn't have to. Well, then why is he paying child support? This is how your arrangement was ordered. And I want to end it here with this comment because this is great. Notice, the kids are always hers when she is in control of X, but when she needs something from the father, all of a sudden the kids are his. All of them, always. That's great. That's great. Anyways, I'm going to end the video there, so I'll see you next time. Bye.